Good evening, fellow artists. Whether you are musicians, filmmakers, dancers, painters, sculptors, whatever it is, you all know there's a place for you all. Sometimes it's difficult to make others understand what's actually happening in our minds when we look distracted, thinking our things and focused on who knows what. The fact is that our brains, as creators, go a little bit faster than everyone else. That's a point to have into account when it comes to describe who we are. Because our lives are quite different from the rest, and it's difficult to be always yourself when surrounded of normal people. So anyway, you all know there's a place for you all, and that's of course that other dimension. So, yeah, welcome once again to our little space to talk about the things that really matter. We will have some wonderful guests with us today. As you know, every Monday we choose two of you, our beloved spectators, to come and join us. You have the opportunity to come here by registering to thatotherdimension.com or sending us a little video presentation yourselves to 555-765-893. These are two of the guests for today.
Hi, I'm Mella, I'm 19 years old and I study realization. I'm a musician, I play the violin and I would like to be part of your program. Thank you, Jorit, for this amazing opportunity. See you!
Thank you, girl. Thank you, Mella, for submitting your videos and welcome to That Other Dimension. We'll see you later. You are now entering a new realm, but of course, we must speak about the reality too. To be honest, there are plenty of great things going in the world of arts right now. Today, we will have a conversation about cinema, as the Oscars are right behind the corner. The nominees for this year are absolutely great. We have some delightful films such as The Joker, 1917, and The Irishman. Of course, they all will take an Oscar, each at least. In my opinion, The Joker will take Best Score, as Hildur Guðnadóttir has made an outstanding soundtrack for the film. Moreover, even if I think that Adam Driver should take the Best Actor for his play in A Story of a Marriage, I presume that Joaquin Phoenix will be the winner in this category. Not only that, but many of the greatest actors and actresses of all times will walk over the red carpet too. Joe Pesci, Leonardo DiCaprio, Scarlett Johansson. This year, directors are all fascinating. Sam Mendes did an incredible job with 1917, but I think that Scorsese will be the winner for The Irishman. Tarantino will achieve the best original screenplay and the best photography. With a fascinating job in this last field of Robert Richardson in their Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Remember, the Oscars will be celebrated next Monday, 10th of February, so we'll have a couple of questions about cinema right after a small break. See you now.
In Anchor, we think that you should stop worrying. To manage that, we have changed everything. Zero taxes, zero interest, and zero privacy violation. For you to be able to keep up with life. So you can start living.
Welcome back to That Other Dimension. Before we start, I would like you to introduce our first guest for today. These two guys are professionals of the audiovisual sector and they have a lot of things to tell us. Let's give a big round of applause to Eric Garcia and Eneco de la Torre. How are you doing, guys? Would you like to present yourself a little bit?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting us to your program. And well, I'm Eneco de la Torre, a cameraman in the cinema industry. And that's it.
And you, Eric?
Yeah, I'm assistant producer for some indie films. Nothing big, really, but I don't know. It's
Okay,
okay.
that's right, that's right. So we are heading to the first question. Every week we connect with Kyle Davidson, our agoraphobic reporter, who is always willing to ask questions to people from the outside, as he doesn't go to the street at all. So let's see it.
Hello, I'm Kyle Davidson, the agoraphobic reporter, and this is everything I have to ask you today. Okay, so when you're agoraphobic, you have a lot of time to watch films. The thing is that I can only watch films that I have at home, because I don't really have internet at home too, so yeah, it's difficult for me, because I still watch VHS films, and so, yeah. Yeah, it's been quite a long time since I went out for the last time. So yeah, this is my collection of VHS. I have Titanic, Captain Hook, The Flintstones, Ants, and so many pirate films. Because, you know, I can't go to the cinema, so I watch the films at home. Yeah. Hey, what do you think about nowadays cinema? Okay, maybe he has not an opinion. Yeah, many people think that I'm fucking crazy. And they might be right, you know, but some friends still come home and I can see nowadays films by myself or with them because they bring them in print drive. And I really want to know if you guys think that nowadays films are as good as old school films. Goodbye.
Okay, Kyle, thank you so much. I will make sure that you receive some new VHS for your collection. So, guys, that was his question. What's your opinion on nowadays cinema? Do you feel like there's a loss in the artistic view or not at all? What do you think, Eneco?
Well, from a point of view, there has been a big change, a notorious change, because before you went to the cinema like in a very special occasion, and you might watch a movie as something very special. And nowadays we consume so much more media, and it's not as important. You know, nowadays movies have like a much faster rhythm,
Yes.
and like we all get bored or start watching something on our phones while we watch a movie. Even before, I remember that people went to the cinema like to contemplate something that was amazing, and you have to appreciate it much more, I think. And that's why
I agree.
people,
I think some things.
that's one of the main reasons why people appreciate the older cinema much more. They give it like some special sensation about it. They think that it's much crazier or much better just because it have like longer pauses and like so. But I think it's just that the cinema has evolved because nowadays everybody gets bored, and if a movie has no rhythm, people doesn't like it.
Yes, I agree. The cinema has evolved, and there's a different point of view nowadays. And what do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I think that also there is a change in focus. Nowadays, like big films are focused on hooking you up and making you go to the next film, and they are always on a hangover, no, a hang-up. So you always want to know what happens next, and it's less about making a film and more about making money, you know.
Yes.
Maybe in indie films it's not like that, but in big films it happens a lot.
Yeah, they take
Yeah.
advantage about anything. If they can take money out of it, they will.
This we have this year. We have got the Lion King, Aladdin, Toy Story 4. We have an awesome year of cinema, but we also have a year of remakes and sequels. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, since they work, that's why they make it. I mean, if people watch those movies, yeah, they will end up or finish with Star Wars 17 or 35. And I mean, as long as there is crazy people that loves everything and just for watching some Falcon X or R2D2 or whatever, they just get crazy and people will pay for it, so they will keep producing it because it's like a wrong business.
Yeah, just nowadays it's like they need money, they make money. The people want to see that films. If they want Star Wars 17, like you said, and they will do it. So, what's your opinion about this?
Also, from the producer point of view, yeah, you have to think, why should I choose like a risky theme, a new IP, when I can choose something that I know it works and it's going to make money, and just take the safer option. It's boring for the audience, but they make more money, so.
I agree with you. All right, thank you so much. Now I have a question myself for you. As I've told before, the Oscars are right behind the corner. So, an impression on the nominees? What do you think about the films that are nominated?
Well, I haven't looked at the nominations a lot, but what I've seen is that the Joker has got like almost everyone, every nomination that there is.
Yeah, the top 3 films are like The Irishman, Joker, and 1917. Like they have a lot of nominations. That's.
I think that they are like the movies that we can see where we can find anywhere else. Like the war cinema, I mean the war film is like any other war film. The drama is about people going to war and they die. I mean, war is war and never changes, no? That's what you say. The Irishman is another mafia movie for me. It was too long for the story itself. I mean, obviously you can appreciate those facts that the directing was good, the blocking was good, everything is good, but because they have money. I mean, it's Martin Scorsese, he's rich as fuck, so he probably is going to do all that stuff great. Even when he's 98 and he's almost dead, he will keep producing movies that are good.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you.
But I don't think that they were anywhere. I didn't find anything special in those movies.
Yeah. Thank you, Eneko. Thank you for this opinion. And we'll continue with our opinions about cinema. I think after the
break?
The advertisement or okay. Pues see you later.
Profesionalidad. Constancia. Rigurosidad. Veracidad. Es lo que nos permite hacer una televisión de calidad para ti. Tartanga Televisión, muy cerca.
We are back in that other dimension. We have Eneko and Eric with us today. Before we go on, we have to invite our new guests for today. They submitted a video, each presenting themselves, and they've been chosen to come our program to have a chat with us. They are Meya Salaverria and Aritz Greco. Come on, guys. Come on. Good evening, guys. Take a seat over here. Welcome to That Other Dimension. How are you doing? Would you like to introduce yourselves? Meya, for example.
I'm Meya, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm a musician, and I study realization.
Oh, so interesting. And Aritz?
Hey, I'm Aritz. I'm 19 years old. I'm also a realization student, and I'm on the editing world. So.
Okay. Thank you. So for any of you that catch up after we started, in case you don't know, you can have the opportunity to join us by registering in thatotherdimension.com or sending us a video to 555-765-893. So now we gotta move on, and today's topic for the second part of the program is music. You are all into music, aren't you? You are all into music, you know. Okay. So let's go to our next section. This is Throwback Mondays.
The Beatles. One of the world's most important and renowned bands ever. One of those bands that everything they touch instantly becomes gold. Revolutionary, visionary and different, the quartet from Liverpool made it to their own place in music history. During February of 1967, they recorded Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, an album that gave them worldwide recognition and is considered an absolute masterpiece. Following the release of the record, they toured the US and played in several TVs, which gave them a lot of visibility across the country. It is no use to say that everything achieved by the Beatles is no less than historical, due to their contribution to music and rock and roll. Nevertheless, history goes on, and it seems difficult to surpass this iconic band. Will ever the Beatles be beaten?
Alright, the Beatles. We all know them. We've listened to their music many times, in films, TV, or maybe just because we like them. So, the next question goes for you, guys. First, looking at such a big and influential band, do you think that there will ever be another band as great as the Beatles, in this case, or any other mythical artists such as David Bowie, Michael Jackson, etc.? What do you think, Eneco?
I mean, I guess so. I'm not really sure about it. I mean, I can't predict the future, but they might be, no? I mean,
It might be, but the point of view of the people has changed also.
yeah, I mean, but the people still consumes a lot of music, and we have many other great artists, or at least some of them which are as famous or as the Beatles nowadays.
Yeah.
Even most of us, we don't like them. But I mean, they are there, they exist, they are famous. Travis Scott, or I don't know, Rihanna or Beyoncé, or...
You don't like the Beatles?
The Beatles, yes. I mean,
okay.
nowadays famous
nowadays
artists.
Famous artists. Okay,
I don't like nowadays pop music or
yeah.
whatever is popular, but there they are. I mean, they
Yeah,
have a lot of views and they have a lot of money. So,
And Eric, what do you think about this topic?
Yeah, I think that the music industry has split a lot, and nowadays you can't have like a mythical group like you had on the old times, because like most of the people are split between a lot of different kind of music, and maybe you can get like a big popular singer, but there are going to be a lot of popular singers at the same time. So they have to share the spotlight, and it's going to be a lot different, yeah.
Something to say, Meya, Aritz, or...
In my point of view, I think that the story of the music have developed very fast, and for me, the best music was the old music. So I think that the important musicians were old, and then now it's like there aren't a musician that you say that in 19 years is going to be
Yeah.
like Beethoven.
Yeah. Aritz?
I think similar to Meia because I think that nowadays there are not much as bands, so they are growing up more like in individuals in nowadays music. So I don't think that there's going to be something like as Beatles or Rolling Stones.
It's an interesting topic because nowadays we have many singers and artists that are virals and their style are so different to the Beatles, for example, and they are listened all over the world. What do you think about the new music?
You have said that it's viral, and that's right.
It's
A song is famous for 1 month, and then
Yeah,
it's erased.
sometimes yes. Eneco?
Yeah, but that's like the point of the internet, no? Mainly, we have something
It could be.
that like it really fast goes from zero to absolutely everything. Like maybe 1 month ago you didn't know this band, and nowadays it's like very famous just because they appeared on Got Talent or in OT or whatever, another TV or any other TV program. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You guys?
Yeah, also like same as with the film industry, like the focus has changed and also on making money and making those big hits and making a lot of money. But also like the old style is also preserved by some also indie artists. But since there are like a lot of songs, they get buried under the others and.
Yeah, I totally agree with Eric. For example, when there are nowadays producers that write songs and then they choose who is gonna sing it. Like I make a song and I may sell it to Rihanna or to Taylor Swift or whoever pays more.
Yeah.
Now it's easier to make music or to make films.
Yeah, it's easier. Maybe there's composers, there are artists, and then makes the mix and well. All right, many diverse opinions in this topic, and more or less following the same idea. There's no doubt that most of today's music is just an ephemeral product, like Meyas has said that a song dures a month, and then fashion and trends have taken over since the explosion of MTV during the 80s, and it seems that although there are many great artists out there, the quality of the music has decreased a lot. If we think about the top artists of the 70s, 80s, and the music they made, and today's top artists, there are a huge difference among them. So the question is, what is the main reason for people to change their minds and start appreciating other kind of music as the best music? Why does the vision of people change with time? Eneco?
I think that people is getting lazier and they just like to listen to something which is very easy to understand and to get the lyrics on your head. Like, for example, with reggaeton nowadays, everybody listens to it because, like, you listen to a song once or twice and you already know half of the song because it's very repetitive and it's easy to dance to, and you know it's what it sells. Most of the songs have like the same bass, and it's like something that works and people.
An easy rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay, Meia?
Like Eneco says, the reggaeton is very easy to do and to sell and to consume too. But for example, there are many good musicians now, but the main music them is reggaeton, trap, and it's easy. So I think that maybe we have changed, the society changed, and then the music changed with us.
Yeah, maybe it's what Eneco said, that we are lazy, or...
Yes.
What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I think that it's going to happen because the generations always want to be different, no? And this change occurs in everything, in fashion, in music, in cinema. They always want to bring new things, and this brings new trends, and that's the change in music.
Yeah, I think as well like that because the society is moving around trends. So if you don't listen, for example, to any artist that makes the toppest hits or something like that, you are like a part of the society. So
This is very interesting. Someone disagrees, or I think we all agree in this,
Yeah, we
in
kind of
this
all
topic.
agree,
This is such an interesting topic to speak about, but we are running out of time, so this is everything for today. Thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you with us today. We will be back with more art-related content next week. The next program will be about famous painters, sculptors, and the art of circus. We'll see each other again next week in That Other Dimension. Thank you.